As far as where we're at as a football team right now, things have been very, very positive in practice Sunday night after disappointing loss, coming back, we practiced in the evening on Sunday. Had a good practice, guys flying around, excited about the entire week. It's a state rivalry. I think it's pretty well documented. This state is drawn either green or blue pretty much. And, this game obviously has, I don't know, we call it bragging rights or whatever it is throughout the entire state. And it's sort of, you either win it or lose it. And, as I said last week, you either going to walk the streets or walk the alleys. So based on what I said there, it's a year-to-year thing. Every football team needs a rivalry. Every team needs a rivalry. Every program needs a rivalry. Everybody needs a game. I don't care where you're at. They need a game that is special to their program. They need a game that sets everybody up. They need a game for their fans that sets everything up. They need to play for something. I think that's natural. I don't care whether I'm at Zanesville High School playing against Newark Wildcats. That's what it is. But every program needs a game. And that's just the way I want to always deal with our program. I want our players to be excited about playing one particular game in person, and I want to have focus. That game was the Michigan game, and I think you can safely say for most people in this state, that's probably the same thing, at least if you're green. I won't, or we won't, allow the recent losses to affect our performance in this game or our mindset coming into this game. So it'll be what it'll be. It'll get done on the field. I think that certainly Michigan comes in here with the same type of mindset, so it ought to be a battle. But I feel very confident our players will be ready to play. What we have to do is make plays on the deep ball. When we have an opportunity to tackle, we have to in space, and it comes down to that. We've got to make tackles. Got to play a little bit more confidently, structurally. We have to shore up certain things that are done. That when you say why did that happen, was it structure, was it physical, was it a mental assignment? And from a structural standpoint, we need to work there too. So it's a total team thing. I'm not up here to say this guy did wrong or this coach did wrong. To try and get to where we're at, but the other teams have players on scholarships too, and at some point they've made plays as well. So you have to compliment the other people that we've played against too. We've got to get the ball on our side of the 50 on the short field for our offense some, and we've not been able to do that because of turnovers. We've done it a couple times with returns, but we've not done it with turnovers. And I don't, you work on them, you talk about them, but it's that positive energy. I think that when things are rolling, things are rolling. And when there's excitement there, ball's coming out. If you're waiting for it to happen, sometimes it doesn't happen. Compliment the teams that you play. They've taken care of the ball. But I don't think there's any doubt that turnovers in the game of football is critical to winning and losing. And just like you saw last week, I think the game, even though they had some long drives, the game would have been closer had we not turned the ball over. The game would have definitely been closer had we gotten those turnovers. So even though it's only an 8-point game at the end because you play 60 minutes, we sort of faded in the fourth quarter because of a couple turnovers. And I think that's what we, in the fourth quarter went from a 7-point game all of a sudden to a little more. Well, I think our quarterbacks have opportunity to get in rhythm. If you look at the first 3 games, we gave each quarterback an opportunity to get into rhythm. Notre Dame a little bit less maybe, but still had a couple series there to get going when we're talking about Keith. This past game, maybe it wasn't quite as evident, but we still give both guys opportunities, and I don't think that it'll be any different. But the number one thing to me is who's moving the football team? How are we performing, and those type of things. Are we turning the ball over? Is the football team moving? And who gives us the best chance to win? And that's what we'll look at as we go through it. I'm not at all frustrated with either quarterbacks. I think that, as we progress through, if they deserve an opportunity to play based on their performance on the field, they've played. I think Cousins had a great game against Notre Dame, had played very well before that. I think Keith has played well. Didn't play as much this past game, but then when he came in at the end, he played pretty well. So, very well.